And at this moment, the main villain approached him and prepared to kill him by telling his minions that he thought Raja's skin would make a beautiful cape, just like he also thought that a few feathers from the Peacock Advisor's tail would look perfect and beautiful on his forehead. But just as he was about to kill Raja, a scream rang out, interrupting him and his minions. By hearing this same scream, Raja and his wife were first surprised, then relieved, like they guessed and understood who it was. It was the hero with his entire army who finally arrived and rushed toward the villains to stop them. By seeing this, the main villain was obviously first surprised, then furious. The hero then rushed to free his adoptive father, who was surprised and happy to see his adoptive son again. The hero, also happy, told his father that he returned to his family. While the animals and the Maharaja's guard were fighting the villain's minions, and by the way, I also added a touch of humor to this fight by including a passage where some of the villain's minions would be chased by a sacred cow who would charge towards them with her horns. Then one of them points the cow with a weapon, maybe a bow with an arrow, and the other villains shout at him to shoot, but he answers, No, I can't. Remember, we must always respect cows, no matter what happens. To which the others answer, yes, it's true. And then they get smashed by the cow, which is always charging towards them. The hero and Raja released the rest of the family, but they could only do so for the other young tiger siblings and the Peacock Advisor, because the main villain, by seeing this, ordered two of his minions to take everything they could to the palace. The two minions obeyed by transporting the cage containing the tiger's queen, who started to roar in panic, and the main villain, for his part, decided to complete his plans by himself. But luckily, the princess, still riding on the elephant friend's back with her parents, saw the tiger's queen in danger. So, grabbing a vine as the hero had taught her, she swung towards one of the two villains carrying the cage and kicked him, causing not only the villain but also the cage to fall to the ground. And just when the other villain was about to attack the princess, the pack of wolves, or maybe the monkeys, pounced on him, which illogically not only forced him to run away but also saved the princess, who ran to the cage to try and free the tiger's queen. While she tried to free her, the villain she just knocked unconscious got up and tried to attack her discreetly. But luckily the hero arrived just in time to stop him and to help the princess to free his adoptive mother. And they succeeded. But then the main villain reappears and tried to kill them, but Raja, who was near, saw him trying to do that, so he ran towards him to stop him, roaring with all his might, but by throwing himself at him, the villain killed him. While the villain smiled at what he just done, the hero saw with horror his adopted father dying and threw himself madly at the villain, but the latter tried to kill him with his saber. The hero then found himself forced to climb the trees, and the villain followed him. The princess tries to stop him, but he throws her aside on the ground, and when he started climbing into the tree, he shouted to the hero that once he'll be done with him, capturing his tiger family will be all too easy.